Hashtag eat my nuts. Rumors.
Newsy rumors.
Newsy rumors. Send Botched Spots and Cheer Shots on Twitter, Shadow. Hashtag eat my nuts. He'll injure me for sure.
It hasn't been able to be confirmed exactly when Bobby Lashley's WWE contract expires, but people have heard he's leaning towards testing the free agent market when he can. WWE has made an offer to Lashley, but a source told Insider it wasn't one that made him want to jump to sign. Lashley is still listed internally as a member of the SmackDown roster, according to PW Insider. MVP and Tamina are under the miscellaneous section of the internal talent list.
Can Bobby Lashley go fight Jake Paul?
That would be cool.
I mean, he's a Golden Gloves boxer for the U.S. Navy, so he's got to be a pretty big badass.
I agree with Joe. Bobby versus Moose, take my money.
That would be dope.
That'd be good too.
This is from Shadow, though.
I might actually watch this one.
I thought you were sending a video of Abby.
No, it was Too Old, Too Furious. It was for Bo. Would you watch Too Old, Too Furious if that came on after NXT?
Yeah, because it seems like it'd be pretty good because I could hopefully at the end of it, the inevitable would happen to all of them and they would die and I'd never have to sit through another fucking movie.
Fast and Furious in space. Fast and Furious 12 in retirement.
No, but Jax, we'll still have Fast and Furious in hell.
Fast and the Furious 30.
That's like, you know how some people believe like hell is your own personal hell where you have to sit through something you hate every time? Mine will have to be sitting through the Fast and the Furious saga every day of my entire life.
How many subs for you to stream and us to
Not
cover?
enough. Not enough. I'll make it through the first one, halfway through the second one, and then I'm done.
The first three are the only good ones. Once you get past Tokyo Drift, they're not good anymore. There's an actual Fast and Furious parody movie. There's a porn parody. That is hilarious. Yeah. I don't know how we got to Fast and the Furious from.
I don't either.
Because Shadow sent the thing. There's a strong possibility of a joint premium live event between NXT and TNA, but nothing is confirmed just yet. Take my money.
Yeah, for sure. When Worlds Collide style thing, when WCW did it with AAA, like do that now with TNA and NXT.
They're branching out of just the Performance Center too. Joe Hendry made appearances at NXT house shows this weekend.
Did you see where he was flyering people's cars at the house shows? Like dropping off autographed like flyers. Like next week I'll be live on NXT. Make sure you're watching. Like subscribe to TNA Plus, and it's like an 8x10 signed by Joe Hendry. And I'm like, now that's fucking marketing, guys. Great American Bash is going to be fucking great. It starts tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's week 1 or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, governor. Tuesday.
Brian Alvarez said the belief was Sky Blue suffered a broken ankle on Collision. Kyle Fletcher posted a picture of her in a leg cast.
Get well soon, Sky Blue.
AEW, where the best get injured. Russell, sorry, shit. Said the wrong.
You almost made it. You got see, if that was a test, you would have got 82% and you would be a B-. It would be perfect. You'd be fine. See, we're the best do something. We're not really sure.
Do something.
I mean, oh no, my ankle, it's broken.
Okay, I really need John to make that TikTok.
Yeah. Oh no, my ankle, it's broken.
Or oh no, my truck.
I wanted him to make one where he looks at where it's like the door and he goes, "Oh, to buff out." And he scoops back and it's just fucked. He knows I love him.
Just like one little, just show like one little scratch, and then like, oh, I can get that out. No problem.
Yeah, I can pull that out with a plunger. Nope, maybe not.
MVP's current WWE deal is up mid-August, and there hasn't been any more discussions as of yet for a new one.
Give me the Hurt Business on the Indies.
MVP.
Montel Vontavious Portis. He used to be Matt Hardy's tag team partner back in the day.
That guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, MVP's a good talent. I mean,
no, he really is.
He's a good man. He transitioned from being an in-ring talent to being great on the mic. I think he did a lot where like Kurt Angle and some of the other guys did when they went to TNA, and it helped him better his mic skills because he was given a little bit more freedom.
He was Omos's manager, and they've also said they've pretty much given up on Omos right now too. Shannon Moore.
He's running a
producer.
Last I heard, he was running a tattoo shop in North Carolina.
No, that's a Hurricane Helms, who's a producer and a coach.
I feel like that they could be doing so much more with the MVP. Like he could be on commentary. He could be the Street Profits manager since Lashley's MIA. You know what I mean? Like there's so much they could do with him. I think they wasted him.
You know who he would be great with? And you guys just hear me out.
The Bloodline?
Exactly. Make him the new wise man for Solo. Like, think about that. A younger, hipper, like more, more Gen Z style. Think about how fly that would be. Like to have MVP in the Bloodline and let him be the wise man for the new Bloodline. Like that would have been great for him. Because we know this is all going to come to a head at Survivor Series anyways with War Games. So he would only need to be in that role for 5 or 6 months. Like that would have been great. We know he can talk. We know he can do it. Like, not to mention him and fucking Paul are great against each other. Like, I think that would have been cool. Him and Carmelo, also a great pick.
Yeah. Dalton Castle was not diagnosed with a concussion after his July 10th match with Roderick Strong, but he will be out the remainder of the year due to surgery from a different injury.
Was that the match when Colton was one of the boys?
No.
What do you think about Dalton Castle, Bo?
I fucking love Dalton Castle, baby.
Yeah.
The peacock.
You're
my peacock.
Him, for some reason, I think him and Pretty Deadly would be great together.
Fuck, dude, that is a wrestling wet dream.
Yeah?
Yes.
Dalton Castle and Pretty Deadly?
You fuck, dude. They would mix so well together.
See, that would be great. Bobby Lashley, MVP, Moose, Shelton, and Cedric. Like, that'd be a dope-ass faction, dude. I'd put butts in seats.
Yeah, but the only problem you'd have with that, Mike, is you'd have Moose and Lashley together. Two main... Those would be your rivals for your main card slot in the faction.
2-man power trip. Put every belt on them, dude.
Yeah. According to WRKD Wrestling, Nia Jax has received praises for her continuously improved performance and is expected to be rewarded for it. She challenges Bayley for the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. They also say Tiffany Stratton will reap the rewards as well.
I think Tiffany's, me and Scowls, and I think Bo's been on the board with this as well, pretty much since she got it. Tiffany's going to be the first unsuccessful women's cash-in.
Yes.
I hope she is. And if she is, I'm invading the fucking table spot.
Immediately afterwards, the next Monday, you and I will invade the table spot and just harass the alpha wolf. Don't get me excited, Will. See, Mike, we're giving you fair warning. If Tiffany fails, me and Bo are going to come invade the table spot to harass Sean. We'll take it 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then you can have your show back. Yeah. But we're going to come. We're going to come in.
Hijacking the shit out of that for at least 2 minutes, buddy.
I will let you come on Botched Spots and Share Shots and make your own segment for the week if she cashes in and fails, just so me and Bo can derail your show. That's my trade-off. He does have his own personal social media. Okay, deal. Fair. See, if she cashes in and successful, me and Bo going to come in and we'll wreck your show for 5 minutes, and then I'll let you come on Botched Spots and do a whole segment. You can pick whatever you want. You got it for 20 or 30 minutes. You get an entire segment just for you, bud. What you got, Al?
Australian wrestler Delta Brady has signed a contract with WWE and is scheduled to relocate to the state sometime this month. She's anticipated to join the NXT roster. How long do you think before they shove her and Rhea Ripley together? Oh, because, WWE has a problem of, these two things are similar. Let's put them together.
Because they're both New Zealanders or Australian? Yeah.
Jax, what were you going to say, sorry?
I don't know a lot about her.
I don't know anything about her.
I tell you one thing. If I was Roxanne Perez, I'd be fucking nervous. Woo, they got some talent coming in, boy. She's not going to be the shiny new toy anymore.
No, she's not. She's going to be a big old Digosaurus.
A Digosaurus Rex.
CM Punk is in the process of trying to get his deal restructured from a money and year standpoint, according to Wrestle Purist. Punk is said to feel that provided everything continues to go well, he never wants to work anywhere else and has been telling people he'd be with WWE forever. When he's been, basically he wants this to work out. He wants to get paid, and then he wants, when it's time to slow it down and just run NXT.
I was about to say, what I've heard is they're restructuring his deal to make it more heavy on the back end to open up money now for younger talent. And it's going to set him up to where further down the line, they can phase him out to where they're not paying him $3 or $4 million a year anymore. And that way he can be phased out of television. He won't be as big of an asset to move into the backstage roles, because he says, and he talked about it on the Ariel Helwani interview, and he's mentioned it in a few other ones, his goal is to be the heir apparent to Sean in NXT. He wants to take over NXT when Mr. Hickenbottom is ready to bounce.
I'm okay with that. And hear me out why. If anyone have gone back, it's on Peacock, his documentary. He breaks down, him and Paul Heyman both break down the fact that Punk, when he was at OVW, would stay late and learn how to write a show, how to time a show. He's been trained by Paul Heyman on how to do this. And, well, by the way, I took your advice.
Dude, it's so good. The watermelon ice?
So fucking good.
Delicious, dude. Great.
So I see this being something he could be passionate about, giving back to the younger crowd, because the talent coming up now, we've seen it with Roxanne and Cora Jade and a lot of these NXT talent. Punk was the guy when they were younger. So I'm okay with it.
I think it'd be a good move. Al, what do you think if Punk moves into Mr. Hickenbottom's seat in NXT?
I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it'll be fine. I can't imagine he'd do a terrible job. Like, as long as he stays in, as long as he's not a weirdo, I think it'll be fine. But I don't foresee him being a weirdo. I think that he, like Shawn Michaels, I feel like he'll do a good job because he's, been through the system, and I think he could do good things as long as his ego is kept in check.
That's what I've said the whole time. Just as long as Phil Brooks doesn't get in the way, CM Punk is great.
Yeah. This wasn't in my news and rumors, but I will say Pat McAfee will be not on Raw while College Game Day.
Did they already announce that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sports Media put it out 2 days ago.
Okay, I thought, because me and Scals were both under the same impression, I thought that was part of the reason why they moved him and Cole to Monday nights, was because they wanted them on the flagship show together, but also was because of the travel issues on Fridays before. And Scowls also says
it's not just Sportskeeda. Bleacher Report, like Ringside, everyone is reporting it.
Oh, okay. Well,
that was just the first one that pulled up.
So Sportskeeda was the first one to aggregate.
Yeah. Inside the Ropes, Bleacher Report, all the things.
Botch and Chair Shots has said it.
Yeah. Boom. That's pretty credible.
So, I mean, that's a lot of travel for him and time away from like family and stuff. Like, it makes sense.
No, for sure.
So MJF got a new belt.
Yeah,
and they changed the name of this belt.
The American title.
Again. So we, instead of having an international belt, we're going to be
America
title. Fuck everyone else. America.
Me and Bo have the same gripe with this segment. You don't alter the American flag.
Nope.
I have military in my family. That is a pretty sacred thing you don't do, even in a joke. Yeah, so that was my one beef with that segment, and I'm a Maxwell fan. We got me the one drop shirt, the generational talent, Maxwell Jacob, love MJF, not taking away from that at all, but don't alter the American flag. Like, that's just my thoughts.
The belt's fucking ugly.
I think the belt's hilariously awesome, to be honest. I love the belt. I love this fucking over-the-top bullshit fucking like politician heel he's playing because he loves America. Like, I love that. Right now in election season, that is the perfect heel to play, is that sleazy political heel. I just don't think he needed to alter the American flag to do so.
It's just real ugly.
Yeah.
It's real ugly.
Bo, what you think?
It looks a lot, the center plate, the state logo looks a lot like the WCW US middle. But it would have been, I understand with his gimmick and everything, him going overboard with everything, it would have looked a lot better without the big red, white, and blue strap. A black strap with the plates. I think the red, white, and blue strap takes away from the actual belt.
You know what it looks like? Like that terrible, like USA in the middle of the belt. It looks like it's a Texas belt, like for the state of Texas. Like that's what I think of when I see that as like Texas.
Texas.
Like it looks like the fucking Texas state flag.
Tennessee's little big brother. Texas.
I don't know. I think it's really fucking ugly.
They're cosplaying every U.S. belt from every company, says Joe. I don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that at all.
But again, I think I love the lay into it. Let him be the little cocky heel. Let him be the fucking politician. Let him do all those things. I think that's awesome. I'm here for it.
Still, anyway. There's been talk within WWE about Raquel Rodriguez returning in the near future.
Fair.
Cool.
I mean, I don't dislike her, but I'm not like, woo, Raquel. You know what I mean? Like, I hope she is feeling better. I hope her autoimmune disease thing is under control. Like, I really, like, I'll be glad to see her back, like, for those reasons. But, like, she hasn't quite won me over yet.
For sure. She's got a lot of ground to make up, as they say. Not every belt needs to be on a black strap. Agree with that, Joe. One of my favorite belts of all time, the white strap IC. Love that belt.
Oh, no, I agree with that. Not every belt needs to be. But if you're going to make the U.S. proportion or the America proportion of that belt, I would have black strapped it. And I would not have changed the plate. This belt is totally just an MJF belt because the plates on the belt where it would say AEW is MJF.
Yeah.
Not just the removable side plates now, which I know people say they copy WWE with that. It's a great marketing strategy in general for any company to do. But the top of the plates there also say MJF.
Yeah.
But this is just a one-off. We're going to give you a belt, blah, 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 bullshit fuck you for messing with my flag. But yeah.
Yeah, all based on if you were a hill and like the basis of it. It does look like Texas.
Says MJF.
Yeah, they all say it's got him on the end plates.
Yeah, this is him. And
I just think the American flag strap, cool as it is, very patriotic. If it would have been black, that center of the United States would have popped extremely.
And I feel like they could have put like the whole flag on this.
Yeah. Like if they put the whole flag, it would have been the WCW US title though. And you also see the women's title belt, obviously. Like they just took the plates off the women's title belt and slapped them on this one. Essentially.
Kind of.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll sell that one though.
It's on a limited drop. They're only gonna print as many as they sell. You know what I mean? Like they're only gonna make as many as they sell. It's a Belts by Dan belt, the guy who does some of the other ones.
I thought Pro Wrestling Tees would do
it. Keith Lee's AEW deal is up relatively soon. Do you think we'll see him back in WWE since his wifey is there?
Oh yeah, he was a big Triple H guy. Triple H put both the belts on Keith Lee in NXT. He was the first person to hold the North American title and the NXT World title, both at the same time. He beat Adam Cole and like defeated the Undisputed Era. Like that was his thing. Like hell yeah, I think he would be a big WWE guy if his contract is up.
Yeah. WrestleVotes has heard that featured matches on WWE's quick tour of Japan this week include Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship, Jade Bianca, but I can't talk, and Miko versus Damage Control. And this next one, like, I would love to fucking see this match. Rey Mysterio versus Gunther. Like, what? Like, I bet that match was, like, super cool. And Kevin Owens and LA Knight versus Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa.
Huh.
A bunch of fucking bangers we will never see.
Rey Mysterio versus
Gunther.
Yeah.
It would be like... Who are we using? I feel like this is probably what the start of that match looks like.
Yeah, pretty much. It'd be like the Great Khali and fucking Mysterio all over again.
Put Seth back to his next to his little wifey. On a side note, the puppy ate Austin Theory.
Yep. The Bleacher Report ad that we're talking about, Scows sent me the Dave Meltzer quote that started it. And then I looked at the Bleacher Report. Both Dave Meltzer was the one who said it's expected that McAfee will be pulled from the Raw to announce the full his College game day duties. But in the Bleacher Report ad, it says College game day and his WWE duties would perhaps be more doable this time around since the 2 days separate the weekly college football schedule and Monday Night Raw, whereas SmackDown airs one day before the college football slate. Even so, it sounds like McAfee will be taking a WWE hiatus, which could open the door for either Corey Graves or Wade Barrett to move from SmackDown to Raw once Joe Tessitore officially joins WWE as SmackDown's play-by-play announcer. So it sounds like it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, because it sounds like WWE is preparing for McAfee to leave if he has to, and if McAfee doesn't, then they've got Joe Tessitore anyways.
It might be he's going to try to make it work, but if he can't, yada yada. But here, since
I actually agree with this one too, Wade Barrett definitely needs another run. I would love to see Wade Barrett versus Corey Graves. Yeah. Give them each one match.
See, Penny ate Austin here.
Send that to Bree.
I will. I know she hates Austin Theory. So we talked about it a little bit. Like, I really want to see this match. And Scout said he fought Gunther in 2022 for the IC title. But Gunther has made a lot of like physical changes in the last 2 years. So I'd be curious to see.
He's a lot smaller than he was 2 years ago. That's for damn sure.
Multiple outlets reported that Triple H and Nick Khan had a surprise meeting this week with Mayor. Can you say his name?
Sadiq Khan, I think.
Yeah, regarding the possibility of bringing WrestleMania to London. Oh my God, it's like Will and Scales. I already said.
Me and Bo talked about it. We were super high one night, and I made a TikTok about it. And I said, me and Bo talked like, what if the big four are the only domestic pay-per-views and they're all 2 nights because they take everything else overseas? And that was because Scals and I, the night before, had a conversation about them announcing SummerSlam in 2026 being 2 nights in Minnesota. And me and Scals both said they're doing it 2-night SummerSlam to recoup the loss of a 2-night international WrestleMania the same year. And oh my goodness, they're going to announce a 2-night international WrestleMania that would help be the revenue loss domestically that we would lose by that happening. So they would recoup it by having a 2-night SummerSlam. Again, if you listened to our show 6 months ago, you'd already know this.
According to Tokyo Sports, WWE star Miko Satomura has decided
Good job.
I know.
You nailed that one.
Has decided to retire and will make an announcement about it soon. Retirement will likely happen in spring 2025, roughly 30 years after her pro wrestling debut.
Our boy Sean Ross Sapp, no free shoutouts over at Fightful, tweeted out her debut match in WCW. To put that in perspective, like, that's awesome. That not only has she been wrestling that long, but she's been wrestling for some of the biggest companies in the world that long. Like, give her fucking roses.
In response to concern about Ilya Dragunov's health after his match was stopped on the July 22nd episode of Raw, Fightful Select asked around and was told that Dragunov is fine.
That's good.
Can I ask you a question, Bo? Does WWE lay into the injury on the show, worked injury stuff too much? Because they've done it in the past where people were concerned that they were injured and it was all a work, like so much so that they brought people out and put people on stretchers. They had the Ridge Holland stuff where he was, faking injuries with people. Oh. And I think it was Ilya when they faked that one, and everybody thought Ridge Holland like unalived Ilya that night.
Talking about when Kyle O'Reilly faked having a seizure.
Yeah. Like, are they laying into the worked injury too much?
Yeah, I think they do because they want it to seem so much more real. Yeah. And like, oh, he took this. He's really hurt. But when they really do injure themselves, it's hard for them to. It's a good and bad thing. I think they lean a little bit too much into it.
Agreed.
But at the same time, it's good because when they really get injured, you don't know if it's real or fake.
Let me ask you a question for both of you then. Coming out of Blood and Guts. At the end of Blood and Guts, Jack Perry took a rather harsh, unprotected chair shot from Mark Briscoe. Do you think in 2024, even with a gimmicked chair, do we need those kinds of unprotected chair shots in wrestling today?
How was that a gimmick chair?
I was told it was a gimmicked chair by somebody in-house.
Is it like styrofoam?
The hinges and stuff are built differently, so it has more give. It's a thinner aluminum style metal, like a baking sheet, versus like an actual like steel folding chair. So it's easier to dent. It's aluminum versus steel for one thing. That's the biggest one. And yeah, there's other things. There's no double cut seams on them and stuff to reinforce them and shit. Like, you see what I mean? Yeah, everything. Like, the metal is literally thinner. Like, if you tried to set in a gimmick chair, it would fall under your weight because they're not made to support weight. It's not like he's taking chair shots to the head each week. I kind of agree. And I've talked to a few workers. I had one guy ask me about it. I was curious. Do you guys think we need those? It didn't sound like a baking sheet. That's for sure. That's what I said. And I was assured that AEW only used gimmick chairs. Sorry.
What to say? Damn sure didn't sound like that. I mean, yeah, you're right. He's not taking it week in and week out. And I mean, if done right, do it correctly. If it's gimmicked, okay. But at the same time, it's their fucking body.
Fair. You can't argue that. Absolutely not, dude. 1000%. Al, what do you think? Unprotected chair shots.
I think that it is a dangerous game. What Scouts just said, one chair shot to the head is too much gimmicked or not. I don't think that they should be doing it. Jack Perry is trying to like swing his dick and prove that he's not a pussy because of like the whole Punk situation.
So do you guys think it all in then? Knowing we got Darby versus Perry, do you think we're going to get some sort of big blow up glass spot?
Yes.
Because of the nature of this, building up to that, what happened a few years ago at All In, are we going to get some ridiculous real glass spot at All
In? Probably, knowing Jack Perry. I know that, I don't know if this is in rumors or news and rumors later. I know that some people backstage aren't really happy with Drew right now.
It is.
Okay.
Segue, Al. Segue. Take that softball.
Segue.
According to WRKD Wrestling, even though Drew McIntyre deleted his picture with Jack Perry from social media, there is zero concern of any backstage heat. McIntyre is working closely with CM Punk on their program, and all references to past AEW or backstage issues have been given the green light by Punk ahead of time.
So wait, he had to get permission from Punk to take that picture?
No, but to post it.
Yeah, to make sure that it doesn't cause any uproar with Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, well, that's respectful.
So when they do things that are like personal, like the whole thing about like where Seth went in on Matt Riddle about like his family, like all of that stuff was like they ask you if it's okay.
Okay.
Riddle tried to say it wasn't, and then Seth and the company were both like, no, like we wouldn't do that ahead of time. You don't say stuff on live TV. Like they had a lot of rebuttal when Riddle tried to say Seth went off script with that.
Oh, so you're saying that WWE said that stuff that's not supposed to be on live TV doesn't end up on live TV? Yeah. Kind of like Bret Hart spitting in Vince McMahon's face?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I've said it for years. Montreal was a fucking work. Even if everybody in the building, even if the 5 people who booked the match knew it was going to happen and Brett didn't, if 5 motherfuckers in the booking office knew what was going down, it was still a work.
Someone in the production knew.
Yeah. They made sure to cut to that camera shot. Hard cam, cut, now. W. C. W. They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah. PW Insider reports that WWE Hall of Fame star Beth Phoenix is no longer under contract.
You think you know me?
Him.
It's about to be you think you know us.
Yeah.
He was at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend looking pretty good. He was walking without any crutches or cane or anything, so that was a plus.
Regarding Buddy Matthews' new AEW contract, The Observer says Matthews tried to give notice at one point, but AEW wasn't going to release anyone to go to WWE because we all know Mommy's husband was going to try to jump ship and go back to WWE to be with his wifey. Tony Khan since then offered him a new, very lucrative deal, and he agreed to it.
Hold on. I've read this story, Al. This is listen here, buddy Matthew, you're an idiot. Okay. You're an idiot. First off, you asked for your release. He did not grant it. Understandable. If you ask for your release, that means somewhere you want to go back to WWE. Why re-sign a fucking contract when you could have just waited for yours to expire?
More money.
They offered him a huge deal to stay.
Oh, so he's all about the money. He don't care about the business.
Would you take a bag?
If I wasn't happy at a company, no. I've walked out of jobs and take less money to make my happiness better.
I am literally living that life right now. If I went back to a kitchen, bye-bye Botched Spots, bye-bye wrestling writing, bye-bye like documentary, bye-bye everything. I go back to 60, 70-hour work week, 6 days a week. My life would be being a chef if I go back to that job. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to me or my friends, my loved ones, my family. Like, I don't want to do that to anyone in my life. So I'm here making pennies to talk to you guys about wrestling, and I love you for it.
I would have took if you're asking for your release. Yeah, it's probably because you want to go work with your wife, but there's something about it so you're just not happy there.
Agreed. 1,000%.
And I understand in the wrestling business, it's make as much as you can because you have those bump cards.
Mm-hmm.
But is your first off, your wife's Rhea Ripley, you really fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, no doubt.
I just don't believe in sacrificing my happiness and my stress level for any amount of money.
Agreed. I say this. I will never use my diagnoses as anything more than a joke. Okay. I literally almost lost my life working in a commercial kitchen, and I'm not kidding by that. Like, I was replaced less than a week into my hospital stay. My position was filled, and I wasn't a line cook. I was a corporate chef overseeing a restaurant group with 6 restaurants, and they replaced me in 6 days. We love you, Mike. House of Black is amazing, and I assume Malachi will be next. But the long and the short of it, money doesn't buy you happiness. Money buys you things that make you less unhappy.
In 2021, Malachi Black signed a 5-year contract. His contract with AEW is not up until 2026. He ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
That's fair. That's a huge ass deal. I wonder what he makes a year for that. Between 1.5 and 2, you think?
I don't know.
Moxley's the highest paid at almost 4. Sasha makes 4 plus all of her extra shit, so it's over 5. Like, who do you think the highest paid in AEW is not named Sasha Banks? Sorry, Mercedes Moné.
Daniel Bryan.
You think so?
The
I
Bucks.
think he's one of the highest paid.
The Bucks are the highest paid tag team in history, but I think because they're signed as a tag team, they're not making as much individually.
But they probably make money on the back end.
Will Ospreay's a good one.
Will Ospreay would definitely be up there. I thought he was questioning like Will, like Joe.
MJF could be another one.
MJF's new deal is probably up there. Okada's makes it was like 12 million yen a year or something. I put an article out on Last Word where I talked about it. Mike will appreciate this. This will be a football shout out for him. I discussed how Okada's deal in AEW was like a quarterback signing a big deal in the NFL, because now the open market states that if the number 2 company in the wrestling world can sign a deal that's $6 million a year for one of their biggest stars, why can't WWE? Sasha Banks just signed a big deal that's almost $5 million a year, including all of the perks and stuff. What happens when Becky's comes up? Charlotte signed the highest paid women's contract in history when she re-signed. Mercedes Moné set that record. That means if you follow the same patterns that the NFL free agency markets do, that means Becky Lynch will be the highest paid women's wrestler of all time when she signs her contract. because she will want more money than what Mercedes Moné got. Mercedes wanted more than Charlotte, so Becky will want more than Mercedes. It's just like they do in other major sports.
Whose contract is up as of 8/1?
Talking about? We can't. He's not actually under a talent contract as of A1. I don't know who he's talking about.
If he's talking about Malachi Black, that's not true.
Brian Danielson. Oh, okay.
I was like, who are you talking about?
Jordan Love.
I was like, I got lots of receipts on Malachi Black.
Bingo. Jordan Love, $220 million that got signed Friday. Dak Prescott is next to get a big deal. He'll get more than that. And they said the five highest NFL players of all time right now have like 19 and 17 records as starting quarterbacks or something stupid. It's an AEW great.
I mean, one of the highest paid quarterbacks sucks.
Yeah. We're talking about everything tonight, guys. I love it.
I know this because he choked at fucking summer camp this weekend.
Botched Crocs and back shots. That's right, Mateo. I love you. Bam.
I have one little funny news piece. As a reminder, just because somebody is backstage at a show doesn't necessarily mean they're about to sign somewhere.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. I say that. This is just for Jax, like special. Insider, PW Insider, mentioned that former WCW World Champion David Arquette
to AEW, baby! Arquette to AEW is confirmed he was there.
Was visiting backstage at this week's AEW Dynamite taping in Nashville.
I fucking love David Arquette. He's an idiot.
How fun would it be if they put David Arquette on screen, though?
Listen. If anyone from AEW's backstage production sees this and you sign Mr. Arquette, I need you to let him come out as the Magic Man.
Oh, please come out
from
as
his documentary.
Yeah. The Magic Man. Yes, you can't kill David Arquette. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. No free shout outs. Great documentary.
That's all.
That's all? All right. Last 10 minutes or so is going to be super easy. We are your favorite pro wrestlers, favorite pro wrestling podcast.